Hello and welcome to today's lesson where we're looking at the negotiation matrix. Lewicki and Hiam's negotiation matrix is a tool that can help you become a better negotiator. It works by helping you to choose the best negotiation strategy for any situation. Now, the tool doesn't guarantee that you'll get the outcome you want, but it will help you approach the negotiation in the right way. Now, in the workplace, negotiation skills are useful every day. Yes, it could of course be that you're negotiating a billion-dollar business deal, but negotiation skills are also helpful for everyday tasks, like salary negotiations, agreeing on a deadline with your boss, solving conflicts with your team, allocating responsibilities to members of your team, dissipating potentially explosive differences of opinion within your team, agreeing on suitable vacation dates with the team member, and even simply deciding whether to order pizza or tacos if your team is working late. In short, if you work in a team containing one or more people, having strong negotiation skills will help you achieve the outcomes you want. And additionally, as a skilled negotiator, you'll often be able to achieve win-win results where the other parties are happy too. Now, negotiation occurs every time two or more people come together to resolve a difference of opinion. And in any negotiation, you will aim to reach a satisfactory outcome from your perspective. Now, sometimes you will need to make compromises along the way to achieve a good result, but not always. Benjamin Franklin said, "If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail." And this is especially true when it comes to undertaking any serious negotiation that's important to you or to your organization. In fact, according to Leigh Thompson, author of the 2009 book, The Mind and Heart of the Negotiator, roughly 80% of a negotiator's effort should be invested in the preparation stage. So here are some tips or steps you can use when you're planning to undertake a negotiation. So first off, have a clear goal. Work out exactly what it is that you're actually after. Number two, concessions. Work out what compromises you're prepared to make to achieve what you want. Thirdly, look at scenarios. What other options might be available as an alternative outcome if you can't achieve your main goal? Next, consider leverage. So understand your power versus the power of your counterparty. Next, we have authority, and that means set very clear limits on what you do and do not have the authority to agree. And the final one is to choose your negotiation approach. Now, many people wrongly assume that there is just one best way to negotiate, but that isn't the case, and it's essential to choose your approach based upon the unique situation of your negotiation. And this is the purpose of Lewicki and Hiam's negotiation matrix, to help you select your negotiation approach. So let's take a look at the matrix. The negotiation matrix first appeared in a book entitled Mastering Business Negotiation by Roy Lewicki and Alexander Hiam. It's a tool you should use before you enter any negotiation, and it helps you choose the best negotiation strategy based on your priorities. Now, according to the model, you choose your negotiation strategy based on two factors. The first of which is the importance of the outcome, so how important substantive results are, such as money, time, accomplishment, etc. And the second factor is the importance of the relationship, so how important relational outcomes are, such as building or maintaining your relationship with your counterparty. Now, according to how you rank these two factors, the negotiation matrix suggests one of 5 approaches to take towards negotiating. So let's take a look at those approaches. So the first approach is avoiding. If neither the relationship nor the substantive outcomes are important to you, then the negotiation really isn't worth entering into at all. This negotiation strategy is also known as lose-lose because you've nothing to gain from the outcome or the relationship. It isn't possible for anything of value to come from the negotiation. So you implement this strategy by simply withdrawing from active negotiation or avoiding the negotiation altogether. The second approach is called accommodating. If your relationship with the counterparty is more important than the outcome, then you choose this negotiation strategy. And with it, you choose to be relaxed about the outcome in order to maintain or build the relationship. Now, this negotiation strategy is known as lose to win because you deliberately lose on the outcome dimension in order to win on the relationship dimension. The third approach is called competing. And when the outcome is more important to you than the relationship, you may decide to negotiate hard for what you want, even if that results in your counterparty not getting what they want and the relationship is damaged. So you use this strategy basically when you want to win at all costs. And it's known as win-lose because whilst you win the outcome, you lose on the relationship dimension. The fourth approach is called collaborating, and it's appropriate for when both the outcome and relationship are very important. It's called a win-win approach as the aim is to collaboratively work together until everyone gets what they want and so everybody is happy. Creative problem solving will be needed to find win-win solutions, and you must invest to build or maintain trust and your relationship. You use this approach when both parties have a lot to gain from a successful outcome, and you also want to ensure the relationship thrives over the long term. The final approach is compromise, and this sits in the middle of the negotiation matrix. And you use this strategy when both the substantive outcomes and the relationship are important, but for whatever reason, it's not possible to collaborate. Now, the aim of a compromise negotiation is that all parties give up a little bit of what they want so that everyone gets some of what they want. That is, you split the difference. Now, there may be some damage to the relationship, but the aim is to keep this to a minimum. So let's take a look at a few examples so you can see how you might apply the matrix in practice. So, example 1, you've been asked to negotiate a new deal with the supplier to provide new desks and chairs for your office. Now, in this scenario, the desks and chairs you're interested in could probably be supplied to you by any one of a number of local suppliers. Now, because you have several suppliers you can choose from, the relationship isn't that important to you. But you are probably focused on getting the best price. So in this scenario, you would choose the competing negotiation strategy. Second example. So again, you've been asked to negotiate with a supplier, but this time they are your biggest supplier and they're very difficult to replace. Likewise, you are one of their biggest customers. So in this case, the outcome and the relationship are important to both of you. So in this case, it makes sense to use a collaboration strategy. Final example, you've been asked by a manager to manage a minor project, but unfortunately, a key person you require to complete the project doesn't report to you, but to someone else. And that someone else also needs to use this person to achieve their objectives. And their objective is to deliver a much more important project. So the approach here would be, as your project is significantly less critical to the organization than your counterparties, in this scenario, you might decide to adopt an accommodating approach to negotiation, whereby you sacrifice achieving your objectives to allow the more important project to succeed. Now, of course, it would be a good idea to discuss this approach with your boss or your line manager to ensure that they are happy with it. So in summary, Lewicki and Hiam's negotiation matrix is a tool to use before you enter a negotiation that can help you decide on a negotiation strategy. The tool works by considering two factors: the importance of the outcome to you and the importance of the relationship with your counterparty. Now, the tool won't guarantee that you achieve the outcomes you're hoping for, but it will help you approach the negotiation in the right way. So that's it for this lesson. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon.